I'm going live. Y'all know what it is.
Prison that Tory Lanes is currently at the same place, and he actually will give you guys the full scoop. Because I can't really say certain things because I don't know if his mouth
I'm
is
going
saying, but this
live.
person will be
Where
able to
my
get it.
people at, man?
So look out for that, okay?
I'm gonna
And
catch
here's the
y'all.
final
Y'all,
clip of this video here,
before y'all
super
go to
fast. You'll
sleep.
find out why Adam 22 was super pissed.
Yeah, I'm feeling real mellow right now. Ate real good. Ate late. Been busy all day. It's been raining all day. Putting a few things together. But I had to come and chime in, man, before it got too late. With this Tory Lane stuff, man. It's bad and it's sad all at the same time. It's bad and it's sad all at the same time, man. Corny, ignorant, um, but I guess you can call it jail politics. You can call it jail politics, man, if you want to. But it's stupidity, man. Stupidity. But we ain't inside, we don't know. We can only go off of what we see. I'm waiting for a few people to come up in here before I go get into a few things, but I do want to say the Wrong Number movie soundtrack is going to be fire. Wrong Number the movie is going to be fire. And we making things happen. We creating jobs for people. We creating new actors, new actresses, all of the above. My brother Terry D Films. Y'all get ready, man. We about to go crazy. That's a fact. The Warrior. The Warrior is retarded. We gotta do Troller. But yeah, y'all. Anyway, um, it's a sad situation and it's crazy. But yeah, we got a new movie coming. We got a new soundtrack coming. And Empire said, yo, let's go. I got my Empire paperwork, man. Empire paperwork, y'all. It's official. Empire about to make it go down for your boy, man. All my people out there that's been supporting what we doing. All of y'all that's, supporting the movement with me and my team. It's a bunch of us that's out here putting in the work together. Let me remove ignorant people, man. So yeah, I'm gonna go to get it to it. And I'll be trying to wait because a lot of people always want to come in later and say, what I missed? What happened? So, this is my take on the situation. And I'm sure y'all have seen other podcasts talking about it, TMZ talking about it. And what's crazy to me is another black man put in jail from the hands, or should I say the lips, whether it's sexual or whether it's just running her mouth. the lips of a woman that put a man in jail for their own reasons. It got to be for their own reason. And, you know, it's crazy, man, that homie is in jail now for something that he didn't even do. And I'm saying for something that he didn't even do is because the evidence proved he didn't have no gunpowder on his hands. It showed that Megan had glass in her foot. And that's why the title says, is Megan, you know, do she feel bad or guilty about the situation, seeing what happened to him? Because now he's in prison for whatever reason she felt. Because first she said that he didn't do it. Then she went back off of whatever she said. And then, you know, the nail in the coffin when she was going to court, trial, whatever, and got up there and made her statements about the situation to put the nail in the coffin. But he didn't, no gun residue was on his hand. They didn't catch him with a gun. And you know, he's at the standpoint of, you're not supposed to say nothing when something like that happened. If you have some type of street ties or whatever, the code of the streets. So he can't say, man, she lying. So-and-so shot the gun. I don't care about none of that. You're not putting me in it. And he didn't do none of that. He's still basing his testimony off of, I didn't do nothing. And the evidence should speak for itself. So I shouldn't have to say who did what, even though they saying I did it. That's what I'm talking about. That's the key to this whole situation. And I see we got a lot of trolls. A lot of trolls, man. But that's the key to the situation. And that's the real sad part, that a brother's in jail for something that he really didn't do. And you know, due to street politics, can't really say nothing. And due to his career, really can't say nothing to rebuttal that a woman said that he did something to her after she said he didn't do nothing to her. Then she go to court, and he go to court, go to trial, and her testimony still was valid to even be inside of the actual case itself at trial. That's crazy. So it's like, and it's a sad situation, y'all. Really, it's a sad situation. And why I'm saying this is because the end of the day, whoever did that to him tried to really kill him. It's like being shot more than one time, more than two times, depending on the style of how they shoot you. Shoot you one time in the back of the head, execution style, you would think that the person would be out of here. But one time in the back of the head and then shoot more times is like, yeah, they want you out of here, man. They want you out of here. And he got hit 14 times. His lungs collapsed. TMZ reported it today about what happened to him. His lungs collapsed, and he was on a breathing machine. So thank God that he overcame that. Strong individual. He, in his mind, when he was undergoing the surgeries and everything, I'm not dying. I'm going to live. And guess what? He came up out of it. Thank God. That's a blessing. Came up out of it, started breathing on his own without the machine again, and he was in good spirits, besides the pain and all that he was going through. So that's a blessing for Tory Lanes, excuse me. So now I'm just, you know, I just getting a little bit deeper with it. I'm wondering how Megan Thee Stallion feel about that happening to him. Because at the end of the day, only all of them know what really happened out there that day. And like I said, the evidence pointed to his hand wasn't on no gun. He didn't have no gunpowder residue. She said at first he didn't do it. Then she retracted her statement. And however it may go, it was a lot of other things in his favor. A lot of other things was in his favor to show that this case is not a good one. He was railroaded to be put in prison. And y'all know that prosecutors and police, they love to make an example out of a celebrity. And I don't want to say make an example. I want to say utilize them as an example. So when they do their next bullcrap move to put somebody else in jail, they can use that as a staple under their belt that they put a celebrity away. Because they already do it to regular people. Now we're going to get a little deeper. I'm hearing that it was jail politics. Jail politics is what the Poetic Flacco spoke about it, and I watched some of what Poetic Flacco was talking about. And you know, y'all know that they are West Coast, so they get the West Coast inside information first. And he was saying that they are the Mexicans was not feeling Tory being a strong component for the black males in there, which now might create a race war because they all on lockdown right now. They all on lockdown. When they come out, no telling what is about to happen when they get out of lockdown, because according to the information, you know, he might have had some type of little situations with Mexicans, but it wasn't nothing where he had no real beef. And if he didn't have no real beef, people are wondering, why would he be stabbed up? Why would he get stabbed up? He gets stabbed up because they feel that he was empowering the black people, black men that's in there, as far as giving money, helping people be able to, you know, fight charges that they probably never even had. What else? Commissary for people that didn't have money in commissary. So he was beginning to be a very powerful asset in there. So if it was wartime against, I guess, Mexicans and blacks, they would really have all the tools that they need to go against the Mexicans. So rumor has it, according to what I heard, the Mexicans felt they was he was a person that you need to go ahead and get rid of, just in case anything big emerge, and it will weaken, it will weak, it will make, you know, the black guys movement in there weak without having the money, or should I say the resources of getting things. Because you got money, you can get whatever you need. So that means that consider knives, whatever. You might even get a gun in there when you got money like Tory Lanes. So for him to be in there, when he shouldn't even be in there, because everybody in the world that followed this case said Tory Lanes got railroaded. Everybody. Megan might have even lost some fans behind this move when he got sentenced. So he in there going and suffering through the bull crap of what somebody said he didn't do, and he accepted it and went in there, and he's still in there, and he's standing tall, and he's maneuvering through that prison the way a person's supposed to maneuver through a prison. And even though he have a lot of money, yep, but you got to use the tools that you got to make it happen. But now it's getting ready to get crazy, and now it's going to be a war against Mexicans and black people. Now, if the Mexicans target him just for those reasons, this shows y'all, this a message for y'all young boys, man. When y'all go to jail, y'all think that you could just be in there smooth sailing. Anything will find you in there that's evil and that will create a problem for you. Because according to Poetic Flacco, Tory in there chilling. He's living like a god, living like a king. But somebody figured out a way to get him. And it was supposed to happen at 7 in the morning when he was defenseless without his team around him. But people kept asking, where was his team at? And what do? He chill, he play basketball, he work out. He don't be in a whole bunch of people business. He chill with his people. You know, he turned Muslim. But the key thing is, where was his friends, his people? Is Megan Thee Stallion feeling bad or feeling sad, man? Ray Freeman, what up? His new album sold 1 million copies in 2 minutes. Mexicans run LA. Facts. He was rolling with the Bloods. So you saying that to say what, Ray Freeman? They mad that it went platinum in 2 minutes? That's crazy. That's deep. I ain't even know that one, bro. Platinum in 2 minutes? Wow. But still, that's just his business. That's on him. And everybody know when you're in jail, you can't make money while you're in jail. So that's not legal, should I say? I don't even know how that works in state. Unless state you can make money from jail. I don't know. Let me know. I'm waiting for your rebuttal back to that. But I want to say black and Mexicans run the jail over there. That's why it is the way it is. Because the blacks is powerful over there as well. It's not just the Mexicans, but you know, they all have their own politics of how they do things in there. So why would they pick a person like Tory? It's got to be a money situation, and I get it. Nobody can't go to war without having no money. You don't got money, you can't go to war. Yeah, Tory was lacking because, you know, at this point, he was just too comfortable. But when you don't have no problems in jail, the average person probably would lack because he ain't do nothing to nobody. He ain't do nothing, you know, no real beef or none of that. So it's like I'm waking up in the morning, I'm going to go work out. You know, my boys probably still sleep. I'm up. We ain't got no problems. And according to a lot of people, people know you better not even breathe on him wrong. You breathe on him wrong, it's going to be a problem. So now he's stabbed up. He gets stabbed up 14 times, 7 in the back, 2 in the back of his head. I forgot all the other spots where he got hit. That was they wanted him dead, man. They was going to unalive him with that mission. And the guy that did it, they saying was a throwaway dude, a crash dude. No telling what's going to happen to him when he come back on the yard because he didn't accomplish the mission. And that's how deep those Mexican crews are. If you didn't do it right and they really don't care about you, they're going to make an example out of him. So when the next crash dummy that they need to send out there as a seeking missile better not miss. They might go ahead and done him off whenever he get out of the hole. Because he going to the hole if they know what it is. Well, they evidently they know what it is. Because people were saying like he was a nothing. Ray Freeman said, and he was saying he's about to be paroled on his album. He said Jay-Z power influenced his incarceration. Megan and him had the same lawyer, and he didn't even know until he found. Yeah, that's crazy. That's a conflict of interest. You can't never have the same lawyer as a co-defendant. I'm not gonna have the same lawyer as my co-defendant. Now, Megan basically was against him. How he didn't know that this guy was representing Megan also? I'm confused on that. How does that happen? There should be a motion to be filed about that foul play. And I guess that's why he's saying he gonna get out. If you have a lawyer that does foul work for you, that wasn't doing the right thing, you can get back in court just alone with that. With a lawyer doing foul work. Now you got a lawyer that was representing a woman that was against you and utilizing you and utilizing his services for the opponent. That don't even make sense. That's crazy right there. He said Jay-Z did some sneaky stuff because his lawyer was conversing with Jay-Z, but it was too late. Check his song out, Trial Date. I'm gonna check that one out, bro. That's crazy. Appreciate that. Appreciate the info, man. That's why I be rocking with my knowledgeable people up here, because I get knowledge as well. I give knowledge and I get knowledge from people like y'all, man. Appreciate y'all, man, for real. This is a deep one right here. Because a brother could be in jail for something that he did not do. Which this is what we all believe. He's in there for something he didn't do, man. I don't believe nothing that I heard. Except for all the right stuff. He ain't had no gunpowder on his hand. Gunpowder is hard to get off. You got to pee on your hands and wipe your hands all around to get the gunpowder off immediately. Other than that, it's going to be on there for a while. You go wash your hand with soap, water, all that. The gunpowder residue still going to be on there. The chemicals that they use will still show that you fired a firearm at a certain time, certain amount of hours, all of the above. He had none on his hand. So if that ain't even on his hand, that was enough like the OJ glove. If the glove don't fit, you must acquit. And that's why OJ got acquitted. How this man didn't get acquitted without gunpowder residue? That's deep. Ray said he was smashing her best friend and she said he didn't shoot her. Yeah, she said he didn't shoot at first. And he was smashing the friend, and she found out about it, and she got mad, and that's what the whole conflict was about. And or he was getting ready to go back to Kylie Jenner, back to the party after he went and be a gentleman and drop them off, which him and Megan wasn't like a item, like a you mess with me, I mess with you, we don't mess with nobody else, and none of that. It wasn't like that. And Megan didn't want to hear that and created a conflict when she actually knew that he was smashing her friend. That's crazy, man. Now, brother in there, he almost lost his life in hours of us talking right now, man. This crazy. But this is our culture and what we do to each other. It's equivalent to women saying raping a man ain't raping, but send the man to jail. It was a guy, man, that did some time. Young guy did some years, came home. The girl felt bad for lying on him about a rape charge. She wanted to talk to him face to face. I guess it was eating her up inside, and she met with him, and she didn't know he was recording her. He was recording her, and she was apologizing, and she gave him the reason why she lied. Said that he raped her, and she said she can't take it back now because she done spent all the money, and she don't want to get in trouble. And his lawyer got it. Why she's not locked up? Major Gang, what up? I hope Tory all right too. He's all right. He was on a respirator, not breathing on his own because his lungs collapsed. But now he's breathing on his own. He a fighter. He's breathing on his own now. And they say he's in good spirits besides the pain that he's going through. So, yeah, but it's sad because that could be one of us going through what he's going through now. Took away from his family to be inside of a prison for something he didn't do. And he don't really want to speak on it because somebody said he did it. I told somebody today, if a person snitch on you, you don't have the right to snitch back on them. You just have the right to fight how you supposed to fight. So that's what he going through. Finesse Analyzer, what up? All my real rights is popping in. Finesse said they did him filthy, and you know them prison shanks are unhygienic. That's a fact. They keep them joints in ish and piss. Yeah. So they corrupt your insides. Facts. And he fought through it. When you know you a fighter and you ain't going through it, you ain't you ain't gonna kill me this easy. I don't care how many I took. 50 got shot 9 times. He survived. AZ, who wrote the Pay the Full movie, got hit 9 or 7 times. He survived. Can't do, people dirty for no reason, man. And when they strong mind and strong will, got a strong will, no matter if they on that operating table, they still gonna fight. Major Gaines, okay, I'm glad to hear that. I heard it was done by a Mexican. Black's gonna strike back. Yep, and they on lockdown right now, Major. So that's what's about to happen. That's what's about to happen from what I'm hearing. They all on lockdown. Ray Freeman said, you heard about that young man that got killed in Philly? He was a content creator. Yeah, he was a positive rapper dude. And he gets killed because young, ignorant people robbed him for his chains. And he's speaking about stuff that will help them out here in the long run. They robbed him. Now what y'all gonna do with the chains? I seen Gilly speaking on Gilly the Kid. It was like, man, y'all can't even sell the chains now. And it's a matter of time now that they catch y'all. 2 to 3 weeks tops. And when they catch y'all just gave your life away and took a life for some chains and some jewelry. Man, listen, man. What is going on out here with our mental? Without, and a lot of these kids, they parents lay in the bed drunk, high, and let them go outside at 5 and 6 years old and don't care. And when they outside that age, they adapt to bull crap. And if they outside of that age, they ain't even going to school and learning nothing. Other teachings from other grown-ups. Robbing for somebody chain so y'all could get online. Yeah, I got your chain. Yeah, come get it back. And all that stupid stuff. This internet got people going crazy right now because everybody wanted to be on TV and all that before this internet stuff, and they didn't know how to do it. So everybody watching the internet now. So now when you click on the internet, you get to see people that never ever been on TV before. So now when they on the internet, they feeling good about being on TV, man. Major Game, appreciate you, man. Yep, hit that like button. Hit that like button. If y'all brand new, hit that subscribe button, man. Yeah, RIP to that brother, man. This young brother was 30 years old, lost his life, and he only doing speaking positive stuff. So he feeling like if I'm speaking positive stuff, I ain't got to worry about the thugs thinking about me like that because I ain't out here saying F this and F that. Yeah, I shoot up this, I shoot this, that, this. I be in the block hustling this, that. He ain't doing none of that tough talk rap because tough talk rap make people like the ignorant ones that did what they did to him want to test you are tough rap talk. And he did none of that, man. Still lost his life. That could be one of our cousins, one of our kids. Like, that's crazy right there, man. Condolences to his family, man. That's some clown. And I don't even know if it's clown. That's straight, you is a nigga. And I could say nigga when I'm breaking it down in these terms. And it's in the dictionary. Nigga is an ignorant person. So that goes for anybody. White, black, purple, Chinese, Korean, whatever. Those were some straight up niggers. And they did it on Mother's Day. Y'all ain't no way even trying to make sure your mother's good on Mother's Day, man. Finesse said they no different than them haters that rob AZ. That's a fact. That's a fact. The real hater with the AZ situation was the Kevin dude that put the battery in the two brothers' back to go and assist him with the ignorance. And then, he went and did what he did when he got caught. He the one that let them know because AZ didn't know them guys from a hole in the wall. So when they got caught, it was their boy that told on them. And a lot of people keep that quiet. Or I ain't gonna say keep it quiet. Nobody just don't acknowledge it because his name really ain't nobody. But at the end of the day, this is dictating what happened back then all the way up to date now. And that's the key. Major, you can't really wear jewels no matter what you're doing. And you got attention on you. When you got attention on you, you can't wear jewels. Vito still said Ron doing them was bragging about it upstate in Clinton. They was jealous of AZ. And they might have heard of who AZ was. AZ just didn't know who they was. And then they found the homeboy, which was Kevin, that actually had access to AZ. Oh, word? You got access to them? Oh, nah. What we doing? Yeah, what's up? What you said you need us to do? So to speak. I ain't saying that's how it actually might have happened, but that's how it had to happen. And now look, their lives is gone because they're in jail forever. The ladies and the male that was in there that passed away, and one of my homeboys that was in there, name was Charlie C, which was a friend of mine too, which was one of AZ best friends, but he was like a, big brother OG to me at the time. They're dead. Everybody dead. Nobody win nothing. And they didn't even get no money. Nobody never get money in these situations. Never. Name somebody that really got away with something that was big and hefty that snuck people and robbed and shot them up. Anybody can name one. They got away with it, man. I'm sure it's probably one or two, but the majority of the times, nobody never get nothing. Vito still saying Kevin had that hater face. Definitely did. Sucker dude. Want to act like he tough, pretty boy with the waves and all that. He used to go with AZ's sister, with Pie. I used to see them in the hallway, tonguing down, kissing in the hallway of my building that we all grew up in. AZ usually good at reading people. I'm surprised that he let that slip him up. Well, you know, when a person dating your sister, you'll give them a, okay, he ain't gonna do that, and I'm looking out for him, giving him money. Just came home. So he probably couldn't really read that, man. Said AZ still hurt over that. I see everything he talks about. You ain't hurt over it because the lady, Miss Joanne, was like a mother to him, a aunt to him. That was his family for real. And the dude snuck in the house while he wasn't there and waited for him. That's coward stuff. That ain't no real robbery. That ain't no real you a gangster. I'm taking what I want. Y'all hold that thought. That's crazy. But yeah, I don't want to get off subject, man, with Tory Lanes because it's a sad situation that he's in jail for something that he didn't do. And everybody know it. Even the guys that was calling and talking in with the poetic Flacco, he played a few interviews from some other guys that was talking to people that's on the inside. And they were saying, yeah, it's messed up because he really was railroaded to even be inside of this jail. He was railroaded. And now he got his life. He got his life almost took from him, man, from this situation. And that's why the title was up there. Do Megan feel bad about it at this point? Because you got to have an ego. I mean, not an ego. You have to have a conscience when you know you did something wrong. It's like, damn, man. I know he ain't even do that, and he in there, man. It's crazy. Detroit versus everybody said, I'm glad they can't blame Jay-Z for this one. It sounds like it was some jealous hater. Facts, it was prison politics. In prison, they usually do you a couple times. 14 times is excessive hate. That means we want you dead. Anytime it's called overkill. When you are shot that many times or stabbed that many times, you wanted that person dead. That was someone that was plotting on Tory for months out of hate. No, well, Detroit versus everybody. What it is it's a it was Mexican. It was a Mexican that did it. Allegedly, I should say, but they say it was a Mexican that did it, and that's what's getting ready to create a race war when they open them doors back up. And they saying that they wanted to get rid of the leverage of the blacks that have money that will give them power, that will create more power for them if they did have war in there. So they want to get rid of their money system. That's what that was about. It's just like when the airplanes knocked over the Twin Towers, there was a lot of resources in there. Then they hit the building in D.C., which was a lot of powerful stuff that was going on in there. So they try to hit the power source. And in jail, Tory Lanes is a power source for them to get whatever they need. When you got money like that, you're liable to get a real gun in that jail. They can wipe out a few people in there. And then they'll utilize somebody that would just be like how the Muslim do it overseas. They send in a person that says, we'll lose our lives to succeed and make better lives for our beliefs. So yeah, that was the so-called situation of the jail politics. It had nothing to do with Jay-Z and them, and they always gonna want to say Jay-Z. Jay-Z ain't thinking about doing nothing like that strategic to get rid of him. Should I say that? I don't get why he would risk his life by hiring somebody to do that, and they might bite him in the butt. This is what I can say. The guy that they did send to do it, and that's why they said make sure you hit him a lot of times because we need him out of here. He didn't pass away, thank God. Now, the guy that did it, they saying was a crash dummy. Now, they might make an example out of him for not getting the job done the correct way. Make an example out of him for the other crash dummies later on that they might utilize down the road to send out hits and examples and all that, so that the next crash dummy will see that this crash dummy that did this to Tory Lanes didn't finish the mission. They better know they better finish the mission because the crash dummy that did that to Tory Lanes got his life, God forbid, took. So we'll see what happens with that. Ray Freeman said, "You are the company you keep." That's a fact. Damn, 14 times. Yes, 14 times, Major. 14 times. And not only that, it was a cowardly move because he got hit 7 times in the back. 17 times in the back. You're supposed to look a person straight up before you go on to war, especially when you're using a knife. It's like a knife fight, man. But you caught him without one, and you hit him all up in the back. So that means you started from the blind side first. That was a cowardly act. That's how you knew that they wanted him dead. They didn't care about doing things the way it's supposed to happen, the protocol way. Run up on him straight up in his face and start hitting, and then hit the backs or wherever else. They said he came from the blind side, from the back. That's nasty work, man. That's messed up. And that was a cowardly act on whoever even sent them. Vito still said, they said Tory was screaming, "What did I do?" when he was getting hit. That lets you know it was unexpected. He ain't do nothing wrong. Right, because he might have thought his people sent them, and I guess even if it was from the back, he didn't see who was stabbing him. And even if it might have been from the front or the back, and he might have seen who was stabbing him, he probably was wondering, what I do? Why is you stabbing me? I didn't do nothing to nobody. I had no problems last night, yesterday, last week. That's crazy. And that's messed up, man. That we have to go through that. It's bad enough that we in jail living like savages because that's how they want us to live. And the ones that go to jail do what they supposed to do and surf through the jail and the politics, the jail, mind their business and really come home probably on good time and all that. They don't like that. That's why a lot of them don't get parole first, because they know that once he get parole, he's been doing good in here. We gonna hit him with another, come back and see us another 2 years. But the ones with life, y'all wonder, the ones with life sentences, when they go up for their first parole, they get back out if they was in jail, causing havoc, fighting, shooting, well, y'all know what I mean, stabbing, whatever, same thing, in and out of trouble. They let them go, because you know what the parole board always say? We're going to let him go, make some room in there, give old people hope, because he'll be back. He's a live wire. The ones that do good, the parole board be like, nah, he ain't going to come back. We're going to get some more time and money out of him. This is what keep us with a job. And that's how it goes in that jail system, man. And it's sad that Tory having to go through this because he got railroaded to be in there. He's supposed to be out living the life that he created from being a regular person and turn himself into a superstar. So he should be living his life. Why should he have to be in jail suffering? Because a woman lied, and the court system allowed her to lie after she already said it the first time that he didn't. How could she be credible anymore? It doesn't make sense with no gun residue on his hand. Detroit versus everybody said they had no right to touch him, talk to a black shot caller if you had an issue with Tory. Well, they touched him, like I said, is because they wanted to weaken. They wanted to make the black leaders in there that deal with Tory Lane that could be a threat to their movement. They wanted to weaken their power, which consists of a person in there with millions of dollars that can do whatever. They said that he made sure all of their commissaries was correct on like Christmas. Everybody commissary was filled up. What else? He was in there. Yeah, he was just in there helping the inmate get out of jail. He was helping inmates get money to pay for lawyers that didn't have the money to fight their case that's sitting in there with no help. He started a program to help them and was paying for the lawyers to come in, talk to them, and take on their case. Got one guy case overturned. Why would somebody do something to a person like that? That's crazy, man. And now we can't blame our own culture on it. And Mexican culture, Spanish culture are known for sticking together with doing things. So now that's what's going to lead to the race war. Black people's getting ready to have to stand up and stick together. Y'all can't just do that to one of us and think that y'all is cool, y'all getting away with it. Now he ain't died, and y'all ain't getting away with it by his death. And y'all ain't getting away with it by even doing that and thought that y'all sent somebody that was really going to send him to his death. Finesse said, you know, there was 100% resentment if he was feeding the blacks. That's a fact like that. The next spot, the brothers got to make sure he got a bodyguard like they do Mexican shot callers in Cali prisons. Yeah, you right. Finesse, that's a fact. But Tory did get comfortable too. He got to know how to read the room. Major said it was all type of contradictions with her story on the stand. Yeah. And her witness. Yeah. Tory was going to beat this case. Facts. And basically, if he get back in court now, that's what's going to happen. Yeah, I thought that he was going to beat it too, man. Once I heard the gunpowder, man, like I said, it was like OJ. If the glove didn't fit, y'all got to acquit. The glove they found in that house didn't fit his hand. And he put it on in front of the jury. They had no reason. They had no other way or reason but to say he ain't guilty, man. Y'all, this evidence y'all provided for us. So if they provided that Tory Lanes didn't have no gunpowder residue in his hand, it's impossible that he shot her. How is that man in jail? And they made sure they gave him some of the I don't know if they gave him the highest amount of time, but he got a lot of damn time. As if he really did do something and commit a major crime and act like he wasn't an artist that was out here doing the right thing, taking care of his family, giving other people jobs. Now he in prison, about I ain't gonna say about to lose his life, because thank God he didn't, but was about to lose his life or could have lost his life. All of the above because a woman said it. And you know, this woman is out here living her best life. That's deep, man. Major Game said he's guilty because he's a successful black man. Exactly. Now, for that to go down like that, who's helping us as black men that become successful and be lied on? And the justice system want to get points off of saying, yeah, I'm the one that brought that artist down. But they really lying. It's the same thing as they send people to jail for murders they ain't do, and the killer's still out there. Rapes slash murders, and they got another person, and they prosecute this person and talk heavily and hard in front of the judge about this person and make them look bad. But it's really not the killer, and they know it's not the killer. But at the end of the day, we got a suspect. I'm going to nail this case in the coffin and get a pat on my back and send a person to jail, knowing the killer's out there, and they don't care because they going to say, well, we'll catch him later because he going to kill again, and then we'll get him to the right. And sometimes the killers, when you watch these movies, they fall back and don't do nothing no more once they feel it's hot and they got somebody for it already. Their mission is accomplished. That's not fair, and that's messed up, man. Savannah said, well, she's not really living her best life because her music is not selling. Yeah, and once again, I said she lost a lot of fans behind this Tory Lane stuff. People is not feeling her no more because of that. You don't hear her on uh, um, collaborations with no artists no more. The one with her and Glorilla was doing good and moving and all that. But after that, outside of that, you don't see none of that. So yeah, you're right, Savannah. And God don't like ugly. We could think we could think we can duck doing wrong and doing dirt to people for so long. Karma is real. But all at the end of the day, excuse me, it's still all about the big man upstairs, our higher power. He ain't gonna allow you to be out here smiling and chilling and thinking everything is cool. Ray Freeman says she's on Family Feud, shaking her buns. What's the significance of that? That kind of degrades your character to be on Family Feud. That's a family show. What do you get out of shaking your buns? I don't want to see no woman shaking her buns on Family Feud, and I damn sure wouldn't want to see my woman up there shaking her buns. What do it all mean? Why she was up there doing that? Give me a good reason why, so I can say, oh, okay, I get it. It was for a promotion of something. What she promoting? She already is a big dog in the rap game. Everybody knows who she is. Why she got to shake her buttons? And this man is behind bars doing hard time, man. That's crazy. They said the attacker looked drugged up. He wasn't trying to hear Tony asking what did he do wrong. Yeah, because he had orders, you better go kill, boy, or you gonna get killed. We gonna see how long the attacker be in the prison living. He had one mission, get him up out of there, dead or alive. Fortunately, Tory had angels looking over him. Facts. And it wasn't no dead or alive. Get him out of here. Period. Stabbing that many times. Then it says, as already said, the next Vito still said, as already said, the next spot he hit, he must have bodyguards. Yeah. Cause that mean they ain't gonna take him back in there because they feeling like he got a rival vendetta in there, so they gonna move him to another prison. Yeah, that's crazy. But all his boys that's in there, they got people in other spots. Hold him down, hold him down. So he gonna be good. But he ain't gonna let his comfortability that he made for himself let him catch him slipping no more. Cause he at the end of the day must have forgot he still is Tory Lanes. Ray Freeman said, cause Steve asked her, what's the first thing a man see when he confronts a woman? Oh, that's why she started twerking. She could have said her buns, but she felt the need to show him, huh? I don't know, bro. That's crazy. It's crazy mess. I feel bad for Tory that he's sitting up in there going through this crazy, ignorant stuff. That's whack, bro. That's whack, man. But yeah, I'm gonna hit y'all tomorrow, man. I gotta roll out. It's getting late. Make sure y'all subscribe if y'all new in here. Hit that like button. Please hit that like button, man. YouTube be playing with our numbers. I used to hear podcasts talk about it all the time. Now I'm podcasting and I see what's going on. They playing with my numbers. There's no way in the world I'll be having 100 views and 80 views and all that when I'm used to getting 60,000, 40,000, 10,000, depending on what I'm talking about. So I get it, but still it doesn't matter. Even light stuff, when I'm talking positive stuff, still should have a substantial amount of views. So please, y'all hit that like button, support, and I appreciate y'all, all my knowledgeable people out there, man. Free Tory Lanes, and thank God he's living, and hopefully the next move gonna be his best move, man. For real. So yeah, peace to my knowledgeable people out there. I'll see y'all in a minute, man. I got something to talk to y'all about tomorrow. And I got my soundtrack for the movie. I'm gonna do a review for it. I want y'all to come in and listen to the music and let me know what y'all think about it. Cause the album gonna be crazy. And I got my Empire distribution paperwork I gotta fill out and send back for the ones that got in here late. Gonna be distributed to Empire. The Wrong Number movie getting ready to be a phenomenal success. The Wrong Number soundtrack gonna be crazy. I got Jim Jones, Dave Vees, Votto, Pastor Troy, and I got a hot joint with Rich Homie Quan and my girls BWA, man. It's gonna go crazy. DJ Luke Nasty, Goods, the battle rapper gave me a hot single. We getting ready to go crazy, man. Ray Freeman, I appreciate that, man. For real. I'm doing this for us, man. And I'm gonna get us a lot of, whoever I can help get some jobs and do something, man. Pushing the music and all that. So they can get in a position to put their family in position, get somebody a management job, a road manager, a publicist job. That's what this is all about, man. So yeah, appreciate all of y'all, man. Your boy Big Boosie. Salute. See y'all. Talk to y'all tomorrow, man.